These shutters came off of an 1847 house in downtown Savannah. Our damp air down here, hot humid summers, can, after a number of years, cause quite a bit of rot. Ideally, you wouldn't want a shutter that ended up like this one. Unfortunately, this was the worst one. In this case, it made no sense to try to save it. However, if the damage is limited to one area, such as a corner, that can be replaced. Or you can use filler, which can then be sanded, primed, and painted. Most of these shutters did have a damaged area like that. However, this one, couldn't save it. At Handyman Property Management, we try to save you money. In this case, the best solution was to rebuild the entire shutter. But in a few minutes, we're going to take a look at the method used to fill an area like that. And especially if it's a non-structural area, the fill is much easier. It'd be nice to be able to blame termites for this, but it's just that lovely Savannah August weather. These shutters aren't in that bad a shape. It came also from the 1847 house. Each of them does have a small section of rot on them, and we'll repair them using filler, prime, and paint. These shutters came off of the 1847 Savannah house. They're not in terrible shape. Quite a bit of peeling paint, but the rot is limited, and we'll repair it the same way we've talked about, using filler. In all, each of these shutters will take about 2 hours and about $15 worth of paint and material. That equates to far under $100 per shutter, and it'll give them at least 7 years of additional life. After a few treatments like this, I would definitely recommend replacement. To replace these shutters with new, there's a firm in California that'll sell smaller ones for about $300 a pair. But then you need to add shipping, priming, 2 coats of paint. Sometimes the best solution is a rebuild. So if the rot is limited, a rebuild, repaint, about $75 a shutter. That'll give you about 7 more years of life. And if that fits in with your ownership timetable, that's the best way to go. It's interesting, the rod in Savannah is typically on the back side of these shutters. The lack of light and ventilation sure is the cause. Prior to painting, these are what the same shutters look like, just with a little muscle. Use some type of cleaner. I have a cleanser. Trisodium phosphate worked great too. Some wise man once said, paint doesn't stick to dirt very well. So if your painters aren't washing first before they start, best to look for another one. The finished product looks pretty good for shutters that are probably 25 years old. Probably best not to rebuild and repaint too many times. After a while the wood just gets a little too tired. But if you're planning on selling the building in 5 years, say, this is a great solution. As long as it passes inspection in 5 years, you've saved a lot. That's always our goal at Handyman Property Management. Most cost-effective way.